Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting and amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda, off here to a riveting and amazing 1v1 here on Faymonville Approach. In the north it is Angreifen, fighting for America, freedom, democracy. Here with Airborne, a popular commander zone with Pathfinders, 50 cals, paratroopers, airdropped anti-tank guns, and the P-47. The south it is Alastor, fighting for the German army, Deutschland. Here forming up with the 2nd Panzerdivision with Festung armour, Spearhead, Lightning War, versus Angreifen's 2nd Infantry Division. We got the enemy 4-2 versus Pathfinder right from start here. The Pathfinder scores allowing to get points a bit faster. We're getting troops out on the field swiftly and rapidly. I don't know if you got the punish versus Ralph score there. Bit of light skirmishing there. And the South machine gun is bring about here for Alastor, wrapping up with the Pioneers. Bit of repositioning there. We'll have to see if Rifleman commits to more Rifleman, we'll commit to more Pathfinder. Some players like to go heavy on the Pathfinders, others tend to be not quite as intensely focused on them. Rifle squad called Info 2, but so far, Angreifen and Alastor is both focusing on the same side of the map here, just the northern points here, basically more or less neglecting the entire southern half of the map, which is always a bit interesting when that happens. Second gun's got the Alastor. Reposition there. So we're off to the races here, sandbags up there. Bit of skirmishing here, bit of firing. Canadian squad sitting out there. Pioneers taking man lost there. Friedrich, Jürgen, Otto, dead. Then in a matter of seconds, the Panther Corps able to pick them off. And there you go, full wipe on Alastor's Pioneers in the early game here. This is a definite tactical win there for Angreifen. Let me see what Alastor can grab here in the early game. And also just slows down Alastor's tech, since he will have to replace the Pioneers and go anywhere. So, as I mean, effectively just like a multiple win there for Angreifen just here versus Alastor in the early game. Each strong start there. Third Grenadier squad there for Alastor. Angreifen there with more riflemen. Still no forces being sent southwards. He's really determined to get the north engagement in the bag here. I mean, if he does win, boom, great. But some of it still fails. Meaning he gets the Pioneers. They could end up being fairly costly for Angreifen, because then he will not be getting a lot of resources. Admittedly, neither side is getting a lot here, though. And there we go. Angreifen realizing his course that's out to move about here. Alastor's got the machine sort of set up to maybe cover the flank a bit here, but without line of sight, the Rifle squad can pass by the arc of fire here at the south and completely just get past here Alastor's positions here. The only way this could be even worse, but Alastor Angreifen with researching grenades and then chuck them at the machine gun or the infantry, at which point things could rapidly fall apart here for Alastor. Alastor here, no Pioneers, no tech, no additional grenadiers, machine getting flanked here still. Variations though, forced retreat, Pathfinders they will have to fall back as well. They're not retreating yet, but you need to get them to safety first so they can retreat through every stuff there. And we could see white naming 4-2 as well here, maybe. Yes, he does get the white. He can't grab it, but even then, I mean, he forces Alastor then dispatching a Grenadier squad here, full strength one, crewed, which further then slows down things for him. So, bit dicey there. That's it. He has the fuel point, Angreifen does not, and crucially, Angreifen is getting nowhere elsewhere, so he is going, I think, for some tech. They're probably the lieutenant. Yes, indeed. But, as mentioned here, Alastor feel like, Angreifen feel like he's perhaps starting to need to push elsewhere there, because he's like setting up some tactical engagements here. I think on a larger level, the question is this really benefiting him? And so I'm not 100% sure. I mean, again, he's still bleeding out his opponent in some cases fairly efficient, but he's not making, like, resource gains, meaning you'd actually risk falling behind Alastor, who's taking up now, who's gone for 4th Grenadier squad here to at least push in harder in that way, but still will need the Pioneers. We've got the ambulance there for Angreifen, we've got the Lieutenant out there as well. Pathfinder's Rifle squad, all in need of healing, all in need of medical support. Grenadier squad sitting out here from the base, up north, their point being seized by the Grenadiers. Ambulance right around the corner for Angreifen. Freedom and democracy. Bunker up here for Alastor. Grenadiers how to work their digging that through. Machine holding up here. Northern point they're being seized. Troops enforcing healing. Ambulance out. Seasons on the fuel point there. Grab the carve point there. And yeah, medics on the way there for Alastor. Though again, no Pioneers, so no tech. Again, this adds a significant delay to anything he might do versus Angreifen. Besides Grenadiers, and well, he could also go for Panzer Grenadiers. Also worth noting, Angreifen does have grenade range bulletins, so there's definitely a part of me that's surprised it didn't like pop grenades earlier. So like, you know, again, I think that could actually make this much more effective for Angreifen, to be honest. North goes to the Lieutenant. We got a 5th car being airdropped here for Angreifen. Grenadiers they push back as they cannot match the Lieutenant in terms of firepower there. Grab the point there. Rifles sitting out there for Angreifen. Moving in there, we got the infiltrator to deal with the Lieutenant. He spots it narrowly, but still doesn't quite get. Well, I guess they're out of the act of fire now. The guy, you know, who got caught and is dead. I mean, that technically counts as being out of it, but in a slightly more fatal manner. Grenadiers being for 2 route squad being absolutely torn to shreds. We do get rifling it off here. Does a bit of damage, ruins the truck a bit further. But there's still 1 route squad deal with Grenadiers, though he may try and grab that point. He's just close in the Grenadiers and just deal with them. Yeah, there we go. 5th guard sending out here for him, and we got the Pathfinders all the way there as well. Grenadiers falling back in the face of route squad. We got more Pioneers there for Alastor. Finally, will he be able to take up here? I imagine Angreifen's plan is to go for a Stuart light tank here, in which case the Pack 40 will be crucial, but so far nothing like that yet, and not much with the munitions either. I mean, there's probably potentially a bazooka there for the Lieutenant, but beyond that, not much else. Tank traps here. Probably going to follow up with some barbed wire. Very good. So, Pioneers here finally out for Alastor. Grenadiers are showing no signs of upgrades, and there's no sign of a commander here for Alastor either. Got the Pathfinder spooking about there. Goes wing to the echelons here, taking some fire from the car on the M1 carbines there. Grenadiers trying to grab with their car 98Ks. 5th covers the Grenadiers. Quite a few engagements here between Angreifen and Alastor. 463 to 449. South there is pushed back with the Grenadiers. Fifth gather being flanked by the Grenadiers. Might even see a rifle there, but I think we're going to be hitting that point. It's too late with the Grenadiers there, engaging them. There we go, taking heavy damage, forced to retreat. Their Pathfinders are fine with the Grenadiers. They're rifling it off here on the 50 cal. Nice shot there, killing the gunner. They're set, they're already suppressed. And the Rifle Squad coming to clean up the rest. Up north here, got the skirmishing here. Pathfinders was named before to the Lieutenant to clean that up. That's going to retreat there for Alastor's machine gun crew before he loses it. But again, if Angreifen used such a grenade here, that of course would have been absolutely perfect. And could have resulted in a full wipe down the machine gun, so. Bit of a missed opportunity there possibly on Angreifen, but again, you consider he's got the bullets and foot, you kind of expect him to like go for it, hence why I'm being slightly harsher on this than I think I normally would, though again, it is like, you know, quite common for most American players to not bother with them, which means the ones who do bother with them are typically much more effective because the German players never expect it, so their reactions are typically a bit slower. Festering armor, spearheading, and lightning war so far no chosen here. Worth noting, a lot of them are definitely also focused more on the sort of late mid-game there. Lightning war has a bit more early stuff here for Alastor, but so far nothing like that. Northern point being seized, and Angreifen really grabbing points away from the Germans, the Krauts, the Nazis. Grabbing the southern point here, back here. He can soon go for the Stuart light tank, the M5A1 Stuart light tank, which was the improvement on the M3A1 Stuart light tank, by adding some sloped armour and also I believe some engine improvements. Turning from the northern victory point to by the fight here by the southern fuel point, wants to keep that out of his German opponent's hands. Very sensible. Also worth noting, Alastor has got the Pioneers. We haven't yet seen the light and mechanized company, so that Pack 40, if he does get it, will be a bit delayed here versus Angreifen. He's in fact going for that Stuart now. Very good there for Angreifen, but a definite potential headache here for Alastor. But there you go, Rifle Squad here being absolutely shredded here. Good Lord, I'm going to completely forgot about it. And that's definitely not something that's going to, like, you know, go unharmed as the entire Rifle Squad is annihilated. Brutal stuff there. And definitely a harsh blow there to Angreifen. He could, of course, go for some paratroopers to make up for it. I mean, he's got plenty of munitions to do so. Still light tank almost done there. Grabbing the southern victory point. Last team rushing straight in for the car point. Very good. Still no upgrades for the Grenadiers, though. Weapon max there for Angreifen. Very good. And there you go. Devious and sneaky flanking here from Alastor. Thumbs up. Stuart rolling out here. 5th can gain grenadiers to suppressing them. Gunn's going for Lieutenant. Pushing back the Lieutenant. Enemy forward, they're popping the incendiary ammo piercing rounds. Excellent. Thumbs up there to Alastor. A great ability that tends to get overlooked a lot. And go flank to the back to Lieutenant there, as it's also quite good against retreating units, so. Still ultimately forced back into the presence of the Stuart light tank, but I would say he only got a fairly decent amount of value out of that. He's also forced back here. Now, he's actually moving straight ahead. He's just skipping the light and mechanized company entirely. Bold and fairly confident play here by Alastor. But Herr Hauptmann, don't we need the Panzerabwehrkanone? Where we're going, we don't need them, because we're getting panzers. Oh. That's it. It's going to be a bit tough there. Normally my... Oh, he's... Never mind. He's back to... He's like, yeah. On second thought, let's get to packs anyways, yeah. I mean, I think probably could have tried to, like, rush out a dude there. But I think, yeah, going for the pack 40 here is probably the wisest decision. But still no commander here for Alastor, and still no sign of upgrades for the Grenadiers. I mean, he's just been so short on munitions, I guess he just hasn't the time to get any MD-42s going. Which is definitely going to be more pressing now that Angreifen's finally getting around to upgrading his men with the BAR, the Browning Automatic Rifle. Then this was the Pathfinders. I would not be surprised. Yeah, they've been upgraded with the bar as well to turn them into Pathfinders. The two synergize very well with the marksman there. That can make the Pathfinders incredibly good at just quickly getting some wipes in there. Stuart there being pursued by the Grenadiers. In the centre here we got Angreifen blocking in its attempt to reconnect the southern fuel point here. Though here in the west, Lieutenant's pushed back by the Grenadiers. A lot of, again, small minor engagements here across the field. Each one though could quickly turn into something bigger. And we got the Panzerabwehrkanone field to guard here for Alastor. In the centre, Pioneers for the echelons there. Nothing going on there for Alastor. Up north, the machine gun holding up here. Ready to unload a large round of ammunition into any advancing Americans. More bars up there for Angreifen. More Browning automatics. Trying to push forwards here. Mortar could be a very good investment here for Alastor, and certainly Angreifen could also benefit from a mortar. Mortars are typically very good to have. So we'll have to see. I imagine next there's a bomber core here for Alastor. Almost got the re-echelons there. And Angreifen also could benefit from some more infantry, actually. He's a bit short in the whole infantry department. Meanwhile, again, his opponent's operating with 4 Grenadier squads. And Angreifen decides to answer this by going for more Pathfinders. He could also go for paratroopers, but Pathfinders obviously is not a bad choice either. That said, most American players would not go for Pathfinders this late into the game. They were definitely pushing for the paratroopers. So, no note there. That said, is being harried here by lots of bars there. Stuart also, that's a good chance of wiping Alastor. That's going to be quite painful for the Germans. There we go. Taut. So, Palmer quad there. Could go for an Ostman here, could go for the Panther 4. We got the Pathfinders here going for the Grenadiers. Pathfinders bring out here. So Palmer down there for Alastor. Could go for the Stug. Could go for the Ostman, but more like just going to go for the Panther 4. Under current circumstances, I think the Austrian will actually be a optimal choice here. Meanwhile, though, we got Angreifen here airdropping an anti-tank gun, since obviously he's going to need one soon. Got the bar and the Pathfinder heading north for 2 straight into the Grenadier squad there. Does he have any upgrades? Nope, and he's still at 3 Grenadier squads. But he's very close to that Panther 4, so obviously going for another infantry squad now would be a bit mistimed there by Alastor. Getting some criticism against 2 Pathfinder squads. I think that limits how long the Grenadiers can maintain their position in that building before they just basically get wiped out by the marksman. Anti-tank there for Angreifen. Panther 4 there for Alastor. Got the Pathfinder squad, the retreat. That's pretty lucky there for Alastor. Those got focused down, but the Grenadiers only just 2 men. They're very low in health. And we're still not seeing a commander here for Alastor, though. South here, this was the Lieutenant. Moving in to block off an easy retreat by setting in front of the door, which also, by the way the building's set up, is making it difficult to respond back. And there go Grenadiers caught here. Actually, they're being... Oh dear, this is really naughty. Basically, the Lieutenant is basically blocking the retreat here, so he just gets a free wipe here. because the Grenadiers just can't push their way past them. That's just really uncomfortable there for Alastor. He's going back for the mortar on top of the Panther, but he will need to replace his infantry losses. Just 2 Grenadier squads, I think, is going to be utterly insufficient. But yeah, I don't know if that was intentional, but whatever the way hand, that's just not great for Alastor. Pioneers with 3 echelons. Still, again, mortar is a great addition. Will make it harder for Angreifen to maintain defense, but also use to support an attack. So thumbs up there. North Legion push back. More mortar fire than the 50 cal. Panther 4 setting out, adding the pin-mounted MD42 there for Alastor. Angreifen is taking up himself, but even with that, will be a bit behind there in terms of the armor race here against Alastor. That said, he catch the Panther, then when to take in the right spot, he can take it out due to its high rate of fire. Could try and use the crippling shot here, maybe even. Nah. Don't be too far away, that's really be consistently useful. MD42 Grenadiers there, opening up the 5th anti-tank. We got the 5th cal with a power punch by the Grenadiers. Major out there for Alastor. His mortar steady advancing. Ooh, deep flank here by Angreifen. Very nice to see that, making use of the train's HEC to close in from the north. Definitely very rare to see in a play approach like this. That's, of course, a bit unfortunate that Alastor's got nothing to deep flank, but tactically he's kind of doing the right thing there, though. So thumbs up. Meanwhile, Alastor's just securing the centre and the south. Panther 4 being fixed up. Angreifen may want to consider another anti-tank in here. Because we probably channel the Ralph squad there, stood moving in a social assist. North, we got more troops moving in there. The Pathfinders continue the deep flank. Is he perhaps planning to like move in all the way from there and then sneak up behind Alastor's positions here from that angle? I mean, that is very possible. Or is there some other plan here from Alastor? I'm not Angreifen, I mean, I don't know. But it's definitely interesting to see there. Ralph got to Lieutenant the south here. Pathfinders continue here. I think he's now expecting a German counterattack towards the north here. Even he's launching his own presence towards the centre as well. The Stuart moving in. Anti-tank and shoots misses. Stuart does not actually get a shot through the side armour of the Panther 4. Nothing further here for Angreifen as of yet. He's got quite a bit of a manpower flux. I mean, a mortar could be an excellent addition. Paratroopers, 50 cal, anti-tank guns. I mean, plenty of options here for Angreifen. I just don't think a viable option is just floating, you know, 600 to 700 manpower for like, you know, minutes on end. Particularly not when there's like, you know, plenty of pop cap to go and his opponent still applying plenty of pressure. So definitely feel like Angreifen needs to start spending some of that manpower. Graham needs some point there. Panther racing hit, exploiting the gaps in Angreifen's line. We've got the anti on the final round alongside the Stuart. Pushing back Alastor's Panzerkampfwagen. Mortar fire there from Alastor. We got the Incendium Pistol rounds being unleashed again. Thumbs up. Consistent usage is always good. That's it. Kind Commandant still from Alastor. We're slowly approaching the 20-minute mark, and Alastor just continues to be, you know, not picking anything there. Major retreating.
A capture point is under attack.
Susan Sun pointed for the Grenadiers. Well, he can soon go for another Panther for himself. I think that'd be good. Angreifen, they're finally calling another anti-tank gun. He's also close to Sherman. Though, of course, it could be time to go for the M36 Jackson tank. So, on there you go. Alastor, by the way, now is replacing his infantry losses. Going up back to full Grenadiers. Thumbs up. Very good to see that some players tend to be a bit neglectful of the infantry after a certain point. And just, you know, then operate with the 2-1 infantry squad. But Alastor, of course, knows the importance of having a good amount of infantry to support your armour with. So, that's excellent play there by Alastor and definitely commendable. So, 2 thumbs up. Of course, they still need to be upgraded. And there we go. Alarm machines went for one of the fresher ones there. Stuart there, main gun out. Lieutenant being hammered here with the Panther 4 as well. And the supporting machine gun there. And the Stuart is out of the war alongside its crew.
Krauts are taking one of our points.
Alastor continues not to have chosen anything. At this point, it's likely either Spearhead or Lightning War. I mean, I don't think he's going to wait this long for Festering Armour, that's for sure. He could have gone for a Panther more easily, but I know I'll still go for one. So it's very likely he's going to, at some point, go for some sort of tiger. The question is, what flavour of tiger does he want? Eastern points claimed by Alastor. Panther IV pushed back with heavy damage inflicted on the poor Panzer IV. Angreifen, meanwhile, I think is setting up for the Jackson tank destroyer here. That was just forgotten to go for the tank, which is, you know, something that does occasionally happen. Rifling it on the 50 cal, kills the gunner, but quickly taken over there by Lewis. Proceeds to lay down the law of America on the Grenadiers before the retreat. So Angreifen continues to flood resources. Again, at this point, definitely looks like he's setting up for the Jackson tank destroyer here versus Alastor. Alastor can go for the Panther IV. He could also be trying to stall straight for a Tiger tank now. Bit more risky. This gives Angreifen more time to... Okay, there we go. He's going for another Panther IV. Excellent. Doesn't give his opponent more time to, like, you know, steady himself and, you know, set up for counterattacking the Tiger tank once it arrives. That is excellent. Definitely a bit of a pitfall. Some players fall into around this moment, like, you know, okay, I can go for the Tiger tank and, you know, give my opponent plenty of breathing space to maybe turn this around and strangle me. So, excellent to see Alice is not one of those players that falls into it. Still nothing out of this battalion command post out here for Angreifen. Still no Shermans, Jacksons or Scots, but he definitely needs to make some decisions there soon. In fact, he should have made a decision there by now. More to there, they're almost wiped out here by Angreifen's infantry. He's got 8. Okay, there he goes. Sherman away there for Angreifen. Could have gone for those sooner though. If I have to be perfectly honest, he's still got like almost 500 manpower there to spare after calling it in, so I mean, you know, mortars could be another idea. Paratroopers. Maybe a fuel cache. I mean, there are plenty of options there for Angreifen, I think, to utilize 500, moving towards 600 manpower on. Got a unit right there. Could also replace the lieutenant, who is... let's pretend we didn't see that. Panther going straight for the southern 50 cal here by the southern fuel. Pinlock machine gun answers as well, but Alastor continues not to have a commander chosen here. There you go, answering a great shot there through the sidearm of the Panther IV. And there you go, Sherman out here for Angreifen. Make 2 points wise, it's pretty close between the two players. Panther 1 towards the center here, Pathfinder's caught in its monstrous sights there, going to meet the crossing one poor sword. We got the major opening of his bazooka and his bazooka friend. Doing some light damage to the Panther IV there. Now the series of shots here doing further damage to the Panther IV. The South Hick is mounting the southern field point. Major almost wiped out. Pathfinders are reinforcing and healing. And Angreifen also continues to with the floating. Definitely starting to get more proactive with his resource expenditures here versus Alastor, I feel like.
300 points remaining.
Alastor could soon go for another Panther IV. Though, say with 2 Panther IVs up, this might also be the room making excellent. I think safely go for attacking once. We got more pioneers there for Alastor and lieutenant here for Angreifen. Plus, he's also going for the major. So, possibly to just build more entertainment, but also like he just wants the captain out there, and also there's also just a chance he wants to say, for example, pack howitzers as artillery, which, you know, are also pretty good. So there's clearly been some, like, you know, thought given to it by Angreifen. It took him so long to, like, make around these decisions, so he's clearly uncertain as to which direction he wants to go, and whereas Alastor at this point seems fairly confident. He wants tanks and he wants bigger tanks. More mortar further being unleashed upon Angreifen. He's seen in trouble here. Up north we got the counterattack here by the Panther IV, backed up by the Grenadiers. Pathfinders quickly sent routing. And we got the Pathfinder squad here in trouble from the Panther IV as well. In the centre of their skirmish continues. Panther IV getting into 2 Sherman rolling in here. Shot bouncing or missing the Panther 4 here. Also missing the Shaman in return. "25 minutes of the game, and Alastor continues not to operate with the commander." Spotted in the south by the Sherman 5th gun lesons. Oh, they took a nasty hit from the Panther 4. Down to 2 men as the Panther 4 just slices them in half. Gunners are being exposed to the full wrath here of the Sherman. 5th gun joining in here in the centre. We've got Germans slowly creeping in. Panther 4 as well. They're engaging here troops. Anti-tank turning around here in the south. Gunners pinned down to the ground like insects. Up north, Gunners advancing there. The centre, though, is steadily being turned into a German vacation resort of the Panzer kind. As the 5th Cavalry positions in the face of the Panther 4. Great hit here from the anti-tank as they're punching through the frontal armour like a hot knife through butter. And there we go. Almost got it. Almost got the Panther 4 there. Very lucky there for Alastor. Sherman there getting Panther 4's damage into the Panther 4 and the anti-tank again versus the M1s. It's actually really dangerous due to the high rate of fire. Got very lucky that they both missed. Very lucky there for Alastor. That was really lucky. Up north we got another flank here again, catching Alastor completely off guard. Not expecting Angreifen to do that again so soon. And the south 5th catches from the point here. You soon go for another tank. Meanwhile, Alastor is stepping down to look. Yeah, he's all gone for Spearhead boys, that mortar half-tech, Panzer tactician, reconnaissance overflight, fragmentation bombs, and the Tiger tank. And we got the next tech on the here as well. They're being researched. Thumbs up. Scott on the way there for Angreifen, the M8 Scott. Makes you wonder why I went for this then. Not to say the Scott, of course, is a bad choice, but I mean, did he just go then for this just the captain himself? I mean, that's interesting if he did.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
All the way there, Panther will be engaged. That said, not by anything that can harm it. My God, look, they're shooting at us. I can't see from anything here. I'm so bloody Lorder. The only thing I can see here is bloody Jürgen's terrible haircut. Who said it was nice? Shut up. Scott the captain and the southeast Sherman Grenadiers. Scott on the move there for Angreifen. This was the Panther 4. Shoots, misses the 50 cal there, instead obliterates a small colony of squirrels. The high explosive shell detonates right in their midst. Angreifen is stepping down to struggle here with Alastor, and the pace he is setting, and Alastor can soon go for the Tiger tank. Gonna feel like part of the issue has just been these moments where Angreifen's been sincerely in doubt as to what to go for next, and just flooding a lot of resources, whereas Alastor's just shown no hesitation. And again, moments of hesitation like this can be quite dangerous. Sham down to half health, anti-tank falling back in the face of the anti-tank guns. They set up too slow there, and once more escapes there with a sliver of health. But again, another really close quality of Alastor. Had he been a bit unlucky, that could have been destroyed. Still, Alastor is very close to the Tiger tank. Also got the Scott joining in here with the Sinfam and the Howitzer. Pathfinders the Grenadiers. Panther 4 catching the Pathfinders out in the open and proceeds to slaughter them.
We fight bravely for the Reich. The enemy is down to
195 versus 322. Got them swimming up towards the southeast. Got Grenadiers blocking up the path a bit there, not by a lot. More Scott fire directly hit on the MD-42. South Grenadiers caught by the Ralph Squad, the captain and lieutenant sitting here. Alastor Southern forces completely routing, and the Tiger tank arrives here for Alastor and Deutschland. Sent from nearby 501st Schwerer Panzerabteilung to support here the 2nd Panzerdivision. Attending with the mortar there, he's trying to, but is not quite landing those shots. Smoke here being deployed by Angreifen Scott. Very nice. Thumbs up. Very nice. So I've got the tank being ahead here, pinlight machine being added. That I think will likely force responsive either more anti-tank guns or ejection tanks there from Angreifen. Sherman shoots, misses though to hit the Tiger tank, which is a bit impressive considering how large a Tiger tank actually is. North Theory is trying to go for the cops, being met with a very warm German welcoming reception. Pioneers and machine in trouble here alongside the pack crew, which is already dead, but there you go, bunch up in front of the Panther 4 and the MD-42, so all of a sudden there, Angreifen wisely pulls back. Panther 4 almost knocked out again, but once more, fortune seems to smile upon Alastor. And there you go, tank with the Tiger tank from the south, actually switching to do with the Panther 4 in the centre. Very good use of the armour here by Alastor. And so you can see the Angreifen just pulls back rather than trying to fight this engagement, which is under pressure from 2 points. Large squadrons have gone found the Tiger tank, gets those notes out here by Angreifen, which definitely cost the 2 riflemen there quite dearly. Scott bombarding here, not hitting anything. Panther going straight for the Scott though, and definitely hits its mark. Close to Betty 2 there, anti-tank coming on the move-ins. Well, there we go, Betty 2 gained on the second Panther 4. Almost got it there, and fun fact about Panther 4s with armoured side skirts, and the turret up, of course, they were actually commonly mistaken, in particular Normandy, for Tiger tanks by Allied tankers, which led to them to reporting an incredibly high number of Tiger tanks destroyed during fighting. So, little fun fact there. Gonna use right here with the 50 cal. Turn on the fire here.
Enemy is taking our territory.
Arms squad being hammered, moving forwards. Up north, points being seized by Angreifen. Racing through grenades in the building, about to collect. There we go, quick retreat. He also lost the grenadier squad again at some point. Tight tank those ones more setting out here. You could consider, I suppose, adding in a mortar after to have some extra artillery support here versus Angreifen. That couldn't be a half bad idea here. Angreifen's getting very close to that Jackson tank destroyer here, even as he is viciously fighting against Alastor, trying to claim some of the other points here. Up north, the Pathfinders once more work there with a deep flank. Thumbs up. But that mortar is definitely proved to be a fairly handy addition here for Alastor. Even like he doesn't get a lot of killing in it, and damage and just disruption here to Alastor's or Angreifen's positions. Got 1 kill on the Scott here so far. North here around the points. There's also a BAR left behind out there. Against the path where the Pathfinders are close, quickly retreating. Southern half being seized as well. And there we go. 32-minute and 30-second mark here. Angreifen goes for the Jackson tank destroyer. Can of course use the captain to revise production to get out faster. I definitely think you should do that, but looks like Angreifen isn't doing that. Perhaps seeing the pressure there. Anti-tank engaging the Panther 4, he's exposing the rear to that's at least what feels like the rear there. Definitely a bit risky here by Alastor there. In this case doesn't get punished. Got the Panther pulling through, going straight past the anti-tank and here. Great. Still all fragmentation bomb here, though depends on the angle of the connect to be absorbed by the tree line. Doesn't matter, both the anti-tank cleared, the Panther 4 is stunned as well. Jackson Rush. That's a really good fragmentation bomb here by Alastor against Angreifen, completely wiping up both of his veteran anti-tank crews and utterly obliterating one of the anti-tank guns as well there. The other one is being destroyed here by his anti-tank guns. Got control as well. Jackson's right, but Angreifen is now in a really bad place. I'm not talking about New Jersey. Got the M36 Jackson sitting out there. Panther 4 falling back. Tiger sitting out here. Jackson shoots, bounces off the Tiger Tech side armor, which was fairly thick for a tank. I think it was something around 80mm, which was the strength of the Panther 4's frontal armor. In general, most tanks do not have like particularly thick side armor either. Just being suppressed. Just being routed there. Scott firing away there. Smoke screen being deployed here against Alastor's supporting weapons. Not bad. That said, Angreifen needs to do something soon here drastic to change the tides of war here, or this is going to be very likely a German victory here in the favour of Alastor. Got the Panther 4, there were ace level 37 kills, a pocket tiger if you will. Troops bring up the centre there.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Captain advancing in the centre, getting the points here and there as well. Got the bar finds over, so the news quickly cutting some down. We got the tank getting in the centre. We got 11 kills. Veteran Walsh just took a lot of damage there. Can Angreifen finish off without risking losing Jackson here? Well, that's a good hit there from the M36 Jackson tank destroyer there. Also based off the Sherman chassis, similar to the M10. Panther can push back halfway to the ace level up north. Panther's the Pathfinders here. Absolutely obliterating them thanks to its high rate of fire. And there you go, slaughtering the Pathfinders there. Angreifen's forces are definitely starting to face increased resistance here from Alastor. And that Panther 4 is good to go. Just need to fix up the Tiger tank. Scott bombarding still, but is sadly not landing a lot of impressive hits. Mortar with 3 kills close to the ace level. And we got air recons of Alastor looking for the right time to strike for Deutschland here against Angreifen. There you go. Panther 4 getting the Sherman. The Sherman gets a shot through here. Second shot bounces. That is really bad luck there for Alastor. Jackson shoots there. Panther 4 disengaging rapidly. Good hit here by the anti-tank on the Jackson tank destroyer in the south. They grab the southern victory point there. We've got 287 to 133. And so I feel like Alastor could just like make a good attack here. He's got the air recon, so deploying the smokes in the right place. But I think allowed him to go straight blitzkrieg here and cut off Angreifen from his forces by destroying them. But he's going to prioritise fixing up the Tiger tank here, which honestly makes sense. In the south, got Panther going for the victory point in the south, engaging up close and viciously here. 11 kills halfway to the ace level there. Pathfinder's advancing, straight to the Panther 4 ace. Brings us the captain of north. Pathfinder's being ultimately obliterated with the Panther 4. Brings us the advancing lieutenant, El Teniente. Slaughtering them in cold blood. We even got a BAR there on the Grenadiers, increasing their firepower significantly. We turn around the Grenadiers. Panther 4 setting out here. Double fire there on the Pax and the Pioneers. The Pioneer. Titan getting the Sherman. Good here on the Sherman. They almost got it. Almost. Off their point being seized. More smoke being deployed here to disrupt the line of sight of the Tiger tank. That is a pretty good response here by Angreifen, to be honest. Technically, also kind of struggled at one point. I think it was in Normandy during a Tiger tank. The Americans just disrupted it by firing a lot of smoke into the midst of the Tiger tanks, caused them to get frustrated because they couldn't see anything, so they just backed off. Crucially, they couldn't see each other, so they could risk knocking each other out there. So, I mean, in theory, there's a reenactment of that. Up north, he camped was the Panther 4. He needs just one Tiger tank. South, he got the Grenadiers with the advancing Pathfinders there. Panther 4 arriving here, halfway to the ace level on that one. More Grenadiers there for Alastor. Again, crucially note how he keeps his infantry numbers up. Mainly so's Angreifen. He's got technically like 5 squads as well. I mean, pretty good work there too, actually. Pretty infantry-like, field fight here. Air recons again from Alastor. Panther going for deep flank. Got 44 kills on this absolute titan of Kruppstahl. Titan room up the centre here. Other Panther on the south here. He can honestly, I think, go for some blitzing here and there. Go to the corp with the Jackson and the Sherman. He's got the Titan and the other stuff in there. Pack foot around the Scott here. Panther blitzing out of there now, but I might have gone in for 2 deep here actually. Of course, Alastor could get lucky again with his armor like he's been here so far, honestly. No, he's going to take out the Scott there, and no, it misses. Lots of misses there. No, the Scott goes down to something else instead. Jackson being forced there. Titan and the Lieutenant about to get wiped out here. Jackson, Panther 4 there. Sherman, the Panther 4's down just to 1 Tiger tank and 1 Panther 4 there. Jackson with the damaged engine. Sherman finds the rear here of it. We got the other Panther 4 running on the scene here. Jackson tanks about to go down there. Sherman doing what he can here. No, it's a miss. Tiger tank getting into 2A. Sherman there fighting for its life. The Jackson's about to go up in flames, and there we go. Now it's just the A Sherman, the gun, and the engine is out, and it's just all ablaze. A complete and utter defeat here for Angreifen. A victory for Alastor. Victory for the Deutsche Panzerwaffe here. A fierce armoured clash here by the end. Hope you enjoyed this match. You'll learn something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. Consider spreading to your friends, all that. Also, do consider donating or joining the heroes that are the Propaganda Ministry's propaganda funds there on the Patreon. Links in the video description. This is Imperial Lynch signing off, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye.